Good morning, BB. Isn't the moon so pretty? Does my audio sound okay, or does it sound like it's echoey? Good audio. Thank you for letting me know. Obviously no sun yet. We got the moon though. It's actually fading away. I tried to take it with like I tried to take a picture with my normal camera, and it just blurred it. It didn't show the definition of the moon or anything, so I don't know. I'll have to figure that out, but that's super pretty. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. And that is the fishing pier. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. There's the condos. Yeah, the moon is slowly fading. It's northwest, so I'm next to Pensacola. No, I mean, we get some pretty good waves here. Nope, I'm in Navarre, so I'm an hour west of Destin. We're literally watching the sunset. You can tell it's getting lighter and lighter on the screen. Yesterday we had a green flag. It was completely calm. And of course I wasn't here to enjoy it. Oh man, you can barely see the moon now. Look, it's setting. There's no more color to it. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Goodbye, moon. The sun is about to rise. We just watched the moon set. See, you can barely see the moon now. That was cool. The turtle nest that I found is gone. The tropical storm Bertha wiped it out. I call it more of a peninsula, but yeah, I guess it's called I think Santa Rosa Island or something to that effect. I'm not, but we're an hour west, close to Pensacola. Yeah, and there was one down here also. It also got wiped out. There's one that was next to the pier, also got wiped out. And they were about to hatch, which makes it even, not the one that I found, obviously wasn't about to hatch, but the other two, they were going to hatch in any day, and they got wiped out. So we had really bad storm surge. No, this is Navarre Beach, Florida. I couldn't put it in the caption because I had set a live event and it wouldn't let me edit the top. I was trying to put Navarre Beach, Florida on there, but most people don't read it anyway. Hey, how you doing? I know. Very sad about the turtles. They saved one nest. They just made it wider because they weren't sure where the eggs were going to be at. But yeah, in Fort Walton Beach, there was 22 nests and only 4 survived. Yep, sun's not out yet. No sun. Last week? Was it last week or the end of the week before? I think it was the week before last week. I think it's been over a week and a half now since we had that. No, there's people walking back and forth. SL is in the house. Yeah, so the last you heard, obviously, I found a turtle nest, and I sit next to it. I was so proud of finding that. And then Bertha had other plans, so. The good news is that sea turtles will come, they can technically, after 7 days, lay another nest if they want to. So I think it's 7 to 14 days. So technically, nesting season is not over. They can come back in and lay more eggs, but like, it's really sad. I'm doing good and bracing for the heat. I forgot my water bottle and I had to go all the way back to my car and come back. So I've got my walk-in today. But I was like, I'm not sitting out here when it's going to be 80 something degrees, probably closer to 90 degrees without water. That's not smart. Yeah, there's some dark clouds up here. The feel like yesterday was 111 degrees, so I probably will only be out here until probably 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest. Good morning, LTF. All my favorite people are in here. Yay. Do I care about the numbers and followers? No, not really. I have a small group of people that come in almost every time that I'm live, and I love creating connections that way, and I love educating, but I wouldn't care about the follows because most of those followers don't actually engage with my content. Only a handful of people actually engage with me, so I'm more about the connections than the followers. We'll see how bad the black flies try to bite me up today. It's not too bad. There are a couple clouds like up here, and I mean, there's definitely cloud cover, but I wouldn't say, I'm not scared that it's gonna rain or anything. Yes, Navarre is getting super big. Hello, Sammy. I haven't even looked into next week. And our weather changes so much that it can say it's going to rain, and then an hour later it says it's not going to rain. So do not cancel plans because it says it's going to rain. Good morning, Cam. Oh, those dolphins. What day was that? I can't even think. Was it Monday? Yeah, today is Wednesday. Those dolphins were so cool. I haven't even uploaded all the video that I got of the dolphins, but that was the neatest experience. Yep, good old Al. Al and his family. We named the chat named the sea turtles Stevie after Steve Irwin, but we named it Stevie because it's gender neutral. It can go both ways. We haven't named the pelicans, although I'm thinking about naming them Pete. I think that would be a cute name. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. There's no fishermen yet, so everybody was saying that that was a grouper, and then I looked online and it looked like a grouper, so I just went with it. So no, it was a drum, whatever that is. All the sandpipers are getting their food. I don't know what I just sent. Oh my goodness gracious. Somebody got some message from me. My hands are full of sunblock, so I'm like trying to zoom in and out for these sandpipers. So if I just sent you something, I'm so sorry. Bake it and eat it. The only kind of fish I eat is mahi-mahi and tuna fish. Oh, and tilapia. But I can't make tilapia. Somehow I make it. When I make tilapia, it tastes too fishy for me, so. Which I know is weird, right? I'm eating fish, but I don't like. The only fishy fish I like is tuna fish. tilapia is a man-made fish? What do you mean it's a man-made fish? My mom used to make tilapia with like chicken Alfredo, and for some reason that combination was so good. Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I thought they caught tilapia out in the ocean. Like, I'll have to look into that stuff. Hello, good morning. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Is it tilapia from the farm, or is it... I thought they caught tilapia in the ocean. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. So when you go to the grocery store and you buy tilapia, you're getting it from a farm like you would a cow. Google says it's real fish. It is. Tilapia is really good. I'm not a huge fish eater, but there are a few fishes that I will eat. Good morning, sunshine. Welcome in. Some is from the ocean, most is farm raised. Okay. Have you missed what? The sunrise? No, we're waiting on it. It usually doesn't rise until around 6:05 my time. I can show you the status. There's nothing there. Fried grouper sandwich. Yep. Moon is gone. No more moon. LTF, you are so correct. That was cool. We got to watch the moon set on, like, in real time. I've actually never experienced that before, so that was cool. Oh, I think I see Sebastian. Look, you guys. Sebastian says good morning. Look at those little eyeballs. Oh, there he goes. Good morning, Nance. That's interesting. Maybe that's why my husband says that he won't touch tilapia. Where did he just go? He did. As soon as I tried to show you guys again, he was back in his den. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. So I'm about 25 minutes east of Pensacola, if you know where that's at. All right, have a good day, Margot. Thanks for stopping in. You too, Margot. Now we've got people starting to come out. Look at that. It's like ants to sugar. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Salt Life. The orange little thing, the orange cone things over there, that is where the Air Force Base starts, so you can't go past that. Mr. Sun. Good morning. She just pulled her shirt down. This is Navarre Beach. So northwest Florida in the Panhandle. Yeah, the Air Force Base property starts right there. So you can't go past the orange cones. Yep, they sure do. What do you guys like better, sunrises or sunsets? I tend to like sunrises the best. Right, gets the day started, exactly. I don't know, I like the fact that, I don't know, sunrises just represent a new day. I don't know. They're both equally, I think, pretty. But I think the meaning changes. Oh, look at the sandpiper. He's hovering like a hummingbird. Key West has some beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Still waiting on Mr. Sun. I hope the clouds don't hide him. I think the clouds might be an issue today. I saw a post from Fort Walton. You guys know where Fort Walton is. It's right next door to Navarre. They posted about a bunch of people with their white flashlights, encountered a potential nesting sea turtle, and instead of backing away from said sea turtle and letting it nest, they continued to bother it. And you know what it did? It turned around and walked right back into the water, which is called a false crawl. So if we got 219 people in here. If you ever see a sea turtle and it's trying to nest, please, for the love of God, leave it alone. Back away from it. Don't flash white flashlights in its face. Let it nest and leave it alone. There's actually pictures of this sea turtle trying to nest, and these people were crowded around it like it was a celebrity. And so it turned around and said, nope, see you later. I'm not putting my babies here. Now we don't know. That sea turtle may now dump its eggs into the water. So you guys gotta, not you guys, but people in general need common sense and just leave things alone. I don't know, LTF, but I saw that post. I don't know if it's Golf or Walton Golf, Sea Turtle Patrol, or Sea Turtle Watch. It's somewhere. But I saw it yesterday and it made my heart sick. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. We saw the moon this morning. It was a very interesting color. I'll have to post the beginning of my live onto my TikTok so people can see. We actually watched the sunset. That was pretty neat. Not the sunset, the moonset. I will 100%, I will share it because it was really cool. We could literally see the moon fading. It was neat. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys are going to see Mr. Sun today, but I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you guys can kind of still see the water. Oh, look at Sebastian. He thought he was about to get eaten by a bird. Oh, look, you can see Sebastian at the bottom of the screen. Yep, Sebastian's a ghost crab. If you're new here, I have names for all the animals. So Sebastian is the ghost crabs. And we've got Al the dolphin. We've got Stevie the sea turtle. Fred is the blue heron. Pete is the pelicans. And I don't have a name for the sandpipers yet. Dude, this guy's just going. Claudia, this is Navarre Beach, Florida. We're waiting to see if we can see the sunrise. I don't think we're going to be able to see it. Too many clouds. Alright, I think we're just going to go back to the water because I don't think we're going to be able to see the sunrise. Maybe when it gets to the tip top of the clouds, I'll let you guys see it. But as of right now, there's no sunrise. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. If I see any bit of the sun, I'll let you guys see it. Dude, Sebastian's coming super close. What are you up to, dude? It's hurricane season. Hurricane season started in June. I believe it's June until November now. So far we've had one tropical storm. And I can't even really say that. We were kind of sideswiped by it. No, it's June until November. I think it used to end in October, but they pushed it out to November for some reason. Which I'm never concerned about November because it's too cold, but whatever. Hurricane people decided to push it out to November. There's a little bit of the sun. We're getting a little bit of the light of it. There's Fred. Right there flying. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. That other Sebastian is weird. I don't know what he's doing. Yep, ghost crabs. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. It's northwest Florida in the Panhandle next to Pensacola. That's awesome, Candace. Good morning, Jess. Well, we have a lot of snowbirds that come during the winter time, but normally in August is when the visitors kind of stop coming because everyone goes back to school. I don't eat those oranges, so I can't tell you. Yeah, there's the sun, kind of. It's not that I don't like them, but I'm just not a big orange eater. Two Sebastians hanging out. Uh-oh. What in the world? It's like he purposely goes up to the other Sebastian and then runs away. Well, that was a bizarre sunrise. Yeah, LTF. Always trying to get himself a girl Sebastian. Like, oh, it's a girl, cooties, cooties. You know, like back in first grade, boys had cooties, girls had cooties. Have a great day, LTF. Thanks for stopping in. Good morning, Terry. Hey, good morning. Thanks for joining my fan club. Good morning, Lex. There's the position of the sun for any of you that just got in here. We didn't really have much of a sunrise today because of the clouds, but we tried. Yeah, yellow, purple. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Yesterday, I think it was green is what I read from the lifeguard page. I mean, it's actually relatively calm. We've had worse. Yesterday, I think it was like super flat. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. I saw the story of a lifeguard saving a little boy from the water. Yeah. I wouldn't even go anywhere near the water if it was like that. That lifeguard was 16 years old. He is 100% a hero. Bathing suit, check. We're in the Midwest. I'm originally from Illinois. You're in Iowa. Awesome. No, I said I'm originally from the Midwest. I'm from Illinois. This is Florida. Unless you're at the Lake Michigan. The degrees right now is like 82. Definitely not the Midwest here. You're Florida native? That's awesome. Good morning, Amy. My live Monday was so freaking cool. There was a pod of dolphins, Al and his family, I call them, and they were trying to steal bait from the fishermen, but the baby was swimming with the mama, and it was such a cool experience. Did you see the rescue? The rescue of what? usually, you know, like you'll see the dolphins or whatever, but they'll swim away. These stayed right next to the pier for probably 2 hours. The lifeguard in California rescue? Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. It's pretty amazing. That kid is at 16 years old, and he had the kahunas to rescue that kid and didn't give up. I mean, I would love to shake that kid's hand. I thought he was older. I thought he was like maybe 18, 19, but he was only 16. My 15-year-old would run away. He would not have tried to save that kid. I mean, he's a lifeguard, that's his job, but you know, you never know how someone's going to react when they actually have to do their job. I did. I saw he's going to the White House. That's pretty amazing. That mama of his has to be so proud. Both of his parents have to be proud. But at the end, when that wave he like fell backwards into the wave, I was like, oh no. Which is a really good thing, Greg. Imagine if he didn't. We have our lifeguards here, I have to tell you, they get here at around 8:30 in the morning, and the first thing they do is they train. They either go out on their boards and they swim laps. Sometimes I see them swimming laps without boards, or they'll run up and down the beach. I mean, they are very active. I'm dodging swimsuits. It's like Baywatch. Like seriously, like they are fit. They are very fit. Sebastian, where'd you go? I was going to try to show you guys Sebastian, but he went right back into his den. Yep, it's some good morning salt therapy for you guys. Ocean City in Maryland is the most popular beach. That is a very interesting username that you have. Boy, TikTok restricts me if I show a bathing suit, and then you've got someone who has that username, and that's okay. Get your priorities straight, TikTok. Hey Shelly, good morning. Yeah, they don't enforce the red light, no, or the white light, or they don't enforce using the red light, unfortunately. They should. Some beaches are very, very strict about it, but this one not so much. You're from Germany? Cool. Good morning, Beth. Good morning, Jonathan. My husband got to go to Germany for the military, and he loved it. Hey, Spotter. Yes, some good old saw therapy. Oh, cool. SL. You're going to Santa Rosa Beach on Saturday? Have fun. Absolutely, Bob. Now, just to forewarn my new followers, starting August 3rd, really, I can only go live on the weekends. And then September 1st, I'll start going live again Monday through Thursday. And maybe one day on the weekend. We'll see how that goes. My kids are going to be going back to school August 10th. But then technically I still have my little 4-year-old. So, you know, I'm a mommy first. So I have to take care of business at home. But she'll be going to pre-K, which is going to break my heart. So that means September 1st, I will be able to be out here more often. morning, Alyssa. I don't know, Lewis. We bought a lot of the area floods, but so far our house is not flooded. I'm close enough to go to the beach every day. I'll just leave it at that. I don't tell exactly how many minutes, because then you could kind of know exactly where I live or in the area that I live. And so for my privacy and safety of my children, I don't tell people where I live. But just know I live close enough to get to the beach every day. I trust most people, but there are some people that are, you know, that are up to no good. Seeing this at work, so I'm blocking you. Yeah, it's the clouds. It's really not. It's about 82 degrees right now. Which, like South Carolina or North Carolina? Which one? I can tell you that South Carolina is awesome. I used to live in South Carolina for about 5 years. I'm good. How are you? Good morning, Woodstock. We lived in South Carolina because we were military. But we lived in Camden, so it was like, what is it? The east side of Columbia. And I absolutely loved it. You're welcome, Paradise Mama. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Okay, I don't know a lot about North Carolina, but I know that South Carolina was amazing. You guys are about to have to see the sand. Bathing suit incoming. Well, I'm going to wait until she walks in front of me. You're 2 hours from here? Yeah. There's little Sebastians. There's one right there. Oh, you're 2 hours from Columbia. Cool. Have you ever gone to the Riverside Zoo? That place is awesome. That is one thing we missed so bad from South Carolina. They had such a good zoo. We have a zoo here in Gulf Breeze, but it's just, the one in South Carolina is huge. You need to go to the zoo if you're ever bored, or if you're ever in the area. We went to the Army base too, just because we like to, my husband and I, we like to discover new bases. So we were like, why not? We're here, let's go on to the Army base. They have a really cool garden too, if you like gardens. Oh no, there's the other Sebastian. The sand is very fluffy. I would recommend going, if you don't mind people, then I mean, August is fine. I personally like coming to the beach around October, November, because there's less people. But take note, I don't really I go in the water like ankle deep. I don't really swim in the water, so I mean, if you want to swim, I think the latest would be October, because I think the water gets too cold. October, we have usually high 70s. Sometimes we get low 80s, but there's no humidity. The humidity disappears, which is wonderful. Good morning, Heather. How are you? October is when the water starts to get a little bit cold. It's not freezing by any means, but it's definitely not going to be like 90 degrees like it is now. Yeah, same Salt Life. I don't like big crowds. They make me anxious. But, it is what it is. If you want to come to the beach during the summer, you just have to deal with it. I can't really see how many people are at the pier, but I'm pretty sure there's probably a good amount of people. Probably mostly fishermen. This is the Gulf, so I'm at the northwest Florida in Panhandle. So if you know where Pensacola is, that's where I'm at. I'm close. I'm about 25 minutes from Pensacola. So you were in the Navy? That's cool. Thank you for your service. Well, I'm bringing the beach to you, Jake. Right to your phone screen. My husband, he starts his job August 3rd. So, but yeah, he's excited for the kids. I'm excited for school to start, because then when I clean the house isn't dirty in 5 minutes. Also, let's be honest, little kids need to have stimulation. They're all excited, which I'm happy about. Now my daughter, she's going to pre-K for the very first time, so like she's never been away from me for longer than like an hour, like with strangers. So this will be a different for her and for me. Keep your eyes out for dolphins. You never know if we're going to see dolphins. I'm going to be so extremely busy with like kids going to school, and then my daughter has pre-K now, and then she has dance class on the weekend, and then spring my son will have soccer. My oldest son is in the band, so he has all kinds of different things. Like, it's gonna be very busy for me, and then I'll be doing this, so it'll be an interesting year for sure. I have 5 kids. He's got a catfish? Some kind of fish. That seagull will try to swallow the whole thing. Well, there's the pier. You can see how many people are on it. As you can see, a good amount of people. Sorry, I had to zoom up to that seagull. I could see it was eating something. I didn't know what it was. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. It's moving with purpose. I'm going back and looking at comments. Yeah, during the summer, there's a lot of people on the pier. That's why I don't always go on it, because you can't see, like, so because it's a fishing pier, the fishermen get priority. So if I'm like watching a sea turtle and they're catching a fish, technically I have to move out of the way. So I do not go on the pier very often. We did go on the pier. We did a live on the pier Monday, which was amazing. But I kind of try to stay away just because there's just so many fishermen, so many people. As the year progresses, kids go back to school, people start going back to wherever they're from, then I will start doing like pier walks, and you guys can come along for that. Yep, white sand. I know, Heather. That would be so cool if they did. Yep, this is Florida. You want to move to San Diego. Cool. Now, if you're ever interested in, like, you missed a live or whatever, I upload my lives to YouTube, which is Your Daily Dose of Salt Therapy, Kate. You might even be able to type Kate in first and then put Your Daily Dose of Salt Therapy. But either way, it'll pull up my channel. And that is where I upload all of my lives. Your sister has 5 kids and they're all boys. So my oldest 4 are boys, and then my youngest is a little girl. Yep, after I had got my little girl, I was like, and I'm finished. I would have been finished anyway. 5 kids is too much, is enough. Like 6 kids would be way too much for me. Rocking BBQ? I'll have to check that out. My 13-year-old plays a saxophone, and my 15-year-old plays trumpet. I'm in Navarre Beach, so I'm close to Pensacola. It's yellow purple right now. Yes, good old Sebastian is always watching me. There's actually a lot of Sebastians right now. Hold on, I'll show you. Can you see all the ghost crabs? There's one right Like, one right there. There's one right there. He's big. Yep, this is Navarre. Such strange little creatures. No, they kind of, you know, scurry around. One time though, I sat down and I think it was one of their dens, and I could feel like my foot vibrating. Like I could tell he was trying to get out of his den. So I mean, you gotta be kind of careful, but I was like, why is my foot vibrating? Is it an earthquake? No, it was Sebastian trying to get out of his den, so. Hey, Brandy. What's up, you guys, little pigeons? What's up, little dude? The birds are visiting. And we got Mr. Seagull. Oh, that's cute, Heather. Thank you. What should we name the seagulls? I love the ones with the black heads. Those are so pretty. Seagull should be Ned. Okay. I could do that. I like to name all the animals. Bert and Ernie. He's so cute. We can't do Steve because Stevie is for sea turtles. Yeah, I know. You look at all that trash bump I have to pick up. I'm going to be cleaning up the trash and bringing it with me when I leave the beach. So I usually use one name for like, so like all sea turtles are Stevie, all the blue herons are Fred, all the ghost crabs are Sebastian. I usually just use one name for like the whole, you know, species or whatever. I don't have a name for the sandpipers either. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. You're from Daytona Beach? Awesome. Yeah, Heather. Piper for the sandpiper. I think that'd be... Is it common to find sand dollars there? I found 3 sand dollars over in East Pensacola, and they were big. They were like the size of my hand. I don't know that it's common, but it can happen. Nope, I'm in Navarre, so I'm 2 hours west of Panama City. See, I didn't know that Pensacola was known for the sand dollars, but I was at East Pensacola because I wanted to see the Blues do their beach buzz. And I was just finding like gigantic sand dollars. It was crazy. Thanks for the rose. Oh, cool. Maybe like hip for the sandpipers. I don't know. I was thinking miles for the seagulls. Because it has to like make sense in my brain or I'll forget the name. Then they have the black skimmers, which I absolutely love them. Those birds are so cool. Thank you for the seahorse. The skeeter is cute. I'm in Navarre Beach, Florida. They're sending gifts. So when you send a gift, it does the cute little display. There is a stingray too that's super cute. They need to make a sea turtle gift. Thank you, Heather. That was super mean. You just stole it from the pigeon. And then he dips it in the water. Thank you, Brandy. Oh, then there's a dolphin. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so basically gifts are worth money. So it's kind of like a tip. Like here's a tip for showing me the ocean or whatever. But it's very, very much appreciated. But I am not TikTok savvy at all. I literally go live and that is about it. Like the fan, you can like join my fan club. I don't really know what that means. But it's cool anyway. I literally just get on to have connection with people and to show this beautiful water, so. Thank you for the hat and mustache. Where you at seafood? That's what that reminds me of. Navarre Beach, Florida. Oh, Miles is running over. Oh. Yep, and look, he just swallowed it whole so the other seagull couldn't get it. Goodness. They're the most grouchiest birds. Look how hunched over he is. Oh, that was mean. Yeah, there's a lot of people that go live. In fact, I have a lot of people who walk up to me like, I just saw you, I just saw your live feed, and I'm like, oh, cool. That's right, Brandy does a cooking show. Hold on, let me see. Go follow Brandy. She's awesome. Hello, Shelly. This is not part of Panama. This is Navarre Beach. So I'm about 2 hours west of there. I think it's fun to watch you cook. Plus you have a good personality, so that works too. He just took Miles, I can't believe he just did. So that's interesting. I didn't know that seagulls dunk whatever they're eating in the water. Grouchy. That's gonna be me when I'm old, all hunched over and grouchy. You need some salt therapy, Miles. Look, this pigeon is doing all the work, and then the seagull takes it. You were attacked by seagulls? I don't know what they're eating. It almost looks like orange peels or something, which probably isn't the best thing for them. Bye. You have a great day. Thanks for coming in. You were eating a bag of Cheetos? Ah, yeah. That'll do it. I don't think people realize, because like if you throw a lemon or an apple out any other place, it'll decay and go away. On the beach, it just sits and mummifies. So keep that in mind. Just because it's natural in other places, like It doesn't go away here. It just sits and rots. It doesn't even rot. It just kind of like mummifies because of the humidity, and then the animals get it. So you're from Michigan? Do you watch football? Are you a Go Blue fan or a State fan? Yeah, and I don't think people realize that. I didn't even know that, honestly, until this year. Mostly Go Blue. Okay, cool. You love football? I do too. I love college football. But I'm an Illini fan. So University of Illinois is who I watch. But my dad was a huge, huge, huge Michigan fan. Like, Go Blue all the way. Did you just take something else, Miles? Stop letting them give it. Stop letting them have it, pigeons. You're doing all the work and then they take it. How rude. Pete the pelican. Oh man, that must have been so cool being on that kayak and seeing those pelicans come so close. I need to go get a kayak. Yeah, I named the pelicans Pete. We're naming the animals. You're headed to Lake Michigan? Awesome. Yeah, Brandy, that's smart. That is so smart. I'm gonna do that. I mean, only the people who actually watch and come in during my lives will really understand the names, but it'd be a fun little video. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Yeah, most of the time the pelicans are out in the morning. I don't think I've ever seen them out when it's like super hot out. Where are you guys finding this stuff? Someone bury their food in the sand, it wouldn't surprise me. Good question. I wonder where the pelicans go. I found Fred in a pine tree one time during my live. I heard him squawk and I was like, that didn't sound like just like a small bird. And I looked up and there he was above my head in the pine tree. Good morning. What was that? Hand heart? Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh no, they're fighting. Oh, no, no. You guys be nice. Thanks for the Go Populars. Good morning. These birds, man. They woke up on the wrong side of the tree. Or sand, wherever they nest, wherever they roost, I don't know. Yeah. We even got little sandpipers. They're just not getting along. I would be frustrated with the seagull, not so much the pigeon friend, because the seagull's the one's taking all the food. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Coming to your area Sunday. Awesome. Welcome in, Bobby. I mean, it might be, it might not be. The weather, most of the time we have like spotty storms or pop-up storms, and then they go away after a couple hours. Sometimes it says it's going to rain and then it doesn't rain at all. The one thing that we're dealing with is like the heat index. The heat index is getting over 100 degrees. Like yesterday, the heat index was 111. I'm so over it. I really am looking forward to the fall. Like late fall, like October, November is when it gets really pretty weather-wise. Bye, Mr. Pigeon. $110. Wow. Supposed to be pretty hot today too, so I probably will end the live around 9 o'clock my time. it fell into the 50s in Pennsylvania. Oh, I would have loved that. You're a lifeguard and it stayed open even though it was 111. I don't know how the lifeguards here do it. There's no way. And I know people are like, well, you have the water. Why don't you get in the water? I don't think you guys realize how dehydrated you get, especially being in salt water. It really dehydrates your body. So while yes, it cools you off, you're getting dehydrated. You're sharing all things fashion. I'm sharing all things salt life. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Just staring at me. I see you, Sebastian. He's just behind me looking at me like, what are you doing? You're that weird lady that goes live all the time. It's not just a ghost crab. His name is Sebastian. It's weird the seagulls don't try to eat the crabs. There's plenty of them. $83 now with a high of 91 today. Yeah. That doesn't even touch the feel like. The feel like will probably be close to 100. Aw, AJ. Have you tried some warm milk? Because when I was pregnant, that's what I would do. I would warm up some milk and it would help. This is Navarre Beach. Bye, Shelly. Thanks for stopping in. Good morning, Kate. How you doing, beautiful? These waves are so nice. Oh yeah, enjoy your day off. Thanks for the rose and the heart me. Yep, that's what I had to do. I had to warm up some milk. My time zone is central, so it's 7:32 a.m. here. You're from Poland? Cool. I love when people come in from other countries. You're from Peru, and then what, this Panama? He got his shoes all wet. That's funny. I literally leave my shoes in the car. I don't even touch my shoes. I don't know of any places that do chair rental or anything like that. Yep, the waves are coming up further. Good morning, Mooney. Yeah, Miles, you got to do the work with your beak. Start undigging, start digging. He's like, man, my pigeon friend left. Oh, that seagull's taking a bath. Well, that was cool. Have you guys ever seen a seagull take a bath in the ocean? Well, now you have. I've never seen that before either. Hey Jennifer, good morning. The things you can see by just sitting down and like watching nature around you is so cool. I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit. Good morning. Welcome in. Thank you for the taps. It's crazy to me, like how these birds are so fragile, yet they can just dive bomb into the water. You're in Myrtle Beach? Oh, you're welcome. You saw the walk on the pier? Yeah, that was so cool. Yeah, better get some coffee, Jonathan. Yeah, it was super cool. We saw the sea turtles, we saw dolphins, and we saw a manta ray. Pretty productive. I would have probably gone maybe 10 more minutes longer for you guys to see the water at the end, but I was really feeling sick, so. I usually do the sunrise, so I'm usually out here around 5 o'clock, and then I go live around 5:30. And it's the same thing. If I walk the pier, I'll usually be out there early. Starting August 3rd, I will not be live Monday through Friday. I'll only be live Saturday and Sunday. And then September 1st, I will be live from like 9 o'clock to like 12. Depending on the heat, of course, until it cools off. I have to work around my kids' school schedule. Also, my husband goes to work August 3rd. So, right now he's working from home. So it makes things easier for me just to be like, hey, see you later. I saw a big old splash, but it was just, this little guy's fishing. Thanks for joining my fan club. I think that's an osprey out there. A little sandpiper's taking a bath too. Good morning, Vols Mom. How are you doing? Hello, Jen and Soul Snatcher. Don't snatch my soul. Everything is going great. I love the name Julie. I'm gonna get up for a second and show you guys the water close up. I want to see what kind of fish this is. I think it's a catfish. Yep, it's a catfish. That's a catfish. It's completely eaten. Ugh. Is that another fish? Or did you drag it over here? Yeah, that's the same one. Okay. This isn't Myrtle Beach AI. What in the world? Hey, Britt. It's yellow purple currently. But the flags have not been changed yet, so. Thank you, Mooney, for sending whatever that is. Like what I see. Thanks for the heart, me. See ya, SL. Thanks for hanging out. Good morning, Denise. How are you? This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for becoming in my fan club. Joining my fan club, I should say. Hey, how's everyone doing? You're from St. Louis? Awesome. There's a lot of little fish. Yeah, it's yellow-purple. You're welcome. You're from Southern Illinois. I was born in Sycamore, Illinois. And you were right. Nothing but the corn. But you guys have the best corn ever. DeKalb corn is delicious. Oh, cool. Fair Week. That is one thing I miss about Illinois, is that we had a lot of carnivals and festivals and stuff. We don't really have that here. Yep, salt therapy is the best in the morning. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Yeah, it's not the same here. They don't have the stuff that Illinois had. Like, I remember growing up and being able to go and have caramel popcorn and ride the rides, and we had Sycamore has a pumpkin festival that they do every year. Good stuff. You would be at the beach daily. So I was born in Sycamore, Illinois, and then later on we moved to Georgia. But I continued going back and forth, long story, to Illinois until I was 16, and then moved to Florida. I moved to Panama City when I was 19. And then met my husband when I was 20, which he was in the military. He was stationed at Tyndall. And then we moved all around the country. And now I'm here. Long story short. The sleigh rides in the snow, yeah. Well, if you ever visit Sycamore, go to Allison's Bakery. They have the best cinnamon bread. Yep, Allison Bakery. That's the other thing too. They don't have bakeries here like they did there. Their cinnamon bread was so good. I even called them and said, hey, I live in Florida. I will pay you to ship it to me. And they're like, no, sorry. We don't ship our stuff. And I'm like, oh man, you mean you're going to make me drive all the way up there to get it? So yeah, good stuff. Good morning, Lisa. You back in, Margot? I'm doing okay. It's getting a little toasty. I'm going to go back to Illinois because my husband and I want to kind of like do a tour for our children, and so I'm gonna take them to Illinois and show them where I grew up and my childhood house, and probably take them obviously to Allison's Bakery. My oldest two kids have been to Allison's Bakery. I think the last time I was there was 2014. But before my oldest graduates, that's my plan. You guys have white squirrels? When we lived in South Dakota in Rapid City, they had white squirrels there. You love the view? So do I. You have a great day also. Boy, he is just zinging around. Oh, he got a fish. Good for him. Do my kids like the beach? Yes, they love the beach. My little girl though, she has eczema, and so her skin cracks a lot, and her feet have a lot of like little superficial cuts in them right now. So I'm not allowing her in the water. So just because of the bacteria load is, you know, I know a lot of people say, oh, if you got a cut, jump in the ocean. It'll cure it, it'll fix it. No, you really shouldn't be doing that. Because there's really bad bacteria that can cause, what is it, flesh-eating disease or something like that. So we are super careful with her. Thank you for the clap clap. Like, even if I have a cut, because I have an autoimmune disease, so I take medication to like suppress my immune system, I don't even play with it. I don't know why TikTok is filtering comments. Last summer I went to public pool and didn't know I had a cut and it got infected. Yeah, it can happen. People were laughing at me. It was a month ago. I literally, on the way to the beach, I cut my finger. It was like a paper cut. And they're like, why aren't you getting in the water or whatever? And I was like, because I have a cut on my hand. And they thought I was just goofy because I said I wasn't going to get in the water. I'm like, you laugh, but there's a lot of people that actually get that eating flesh stuff. You shouldn't even, if you have an aquarium, like, because I have fish also, I won't even put my hand in the fish aquarium if I have a cut. Oh my gosh, Lisa. Hey, good morning. Yeah, it's all fun and games until you get sick. Bye, Woodstock. There were 2 people who got it in Pensacola. One person got it on their face. And then one person got it on their leg, I believe. And that was not, like, that was back in May. That was very close to when I had the cut on my hand. And I was like, yeah, I'm not even playing. Not even going to play with it. It's not worth it. And then with the fact that I take medication to suppress my immune system, could you imagine? So, with my daughter, I don't play. And it's the same thing with my boys. If they have any cuts or anything, we don't go. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. You're right, Lisa, because once it's done, it's done. This is where your soul belongs. I have to dodge the bathing suits because TikTok will restrict me if I show bathing suits. So if you see the sand, that's what's going on. I have not seen any dolphins today. Hello, you're from Northern Ireland. How sweet is that? Yeah, pickles. I know. Look at this seagull. Miles the seagull is just chilling in the sand, having the best life. Good morning, Nikki. How are you doing? Oh my goodness, happy birthday, Nikki. Can everybody wish Nikki a happy birthday? You would love to come to Navarre Beach and chill? Yeah. I hate that it's so hot. Like by 9 o'clock, it's gonna be too toasty for me. You're back. Awesome. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Welcome in for your salt therapy. At least there's a breeze. Your birthday was July 10th. Happy belated birthday. Right before Christmas. How fun is that? You're in New York City and it's 9:14. We're Central Time, so it's 8:14 here. Mine is in April. How are you feeling about turning 50? The 7-Eleven is my wedding anniversary. You're heading to Pensacola today? Awesome. Scared and excited? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I turn 40 next April. So I'm excited, but I'm like, I don't even know if I'm excited. I'm grateful that I'm gonna hopefully make it to 40, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, we're starting to get into the unknown, territory where your body starts to break down, and I don't know. I miss my 20s. '56. Awesome. 7-Eleven is your work anniversary and your puppy's birthday. How cute. Yeah, I'm still young. I feel like, I don't know. Like when I was 29 and I turned 30, it wasn't a big deal. But for some reason, 40 feels different. You're turning 59. '40s will be different for sure. As far as like, all my children will be in school. So I'm thinking it'll be, I won't be so like stuck at home, constantly doing the home thing. I'll have a little bit more freedom, which is nice. You're 76. I wouldn't say there's a lot of people, but there's a decent amount. So my dad, he passed away when he was 69, and then my mother passed away when she just turned 70. So I'm like, I don't know. I hope that I live longer than they did. That's for sure. At least give me to my 80s. Has any turtles laid eggs lately? No, unfortunately. Oh, I'm sorry, Margot. It is scary, Lisa. It's the unknown that scares me most, just because I just don't know. Maybe that's a good thing, that you don't know. But trust, I am taking care of myself, that is for sure. There's something biting me. What the heck was that? Probably those beautiful black flies are back. Well, yeah, I mean, I eat as healthy as I can. My thing is my autoimmune disease, I think, will probably end up taking me out. I think you will, Lisa, one day at a time. That is true. It literally feels like something's biting me, but there's nothing there. That is so weird. Autoimmune diseases are no fun. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. It is the biting fly. I knew it. Hold on, you guys. I gotta get some more fly spray. Obviously, they found me again. If you're coming to the beach, bring bug spray. Because I promise you won't last long without it. No, right now it's the black biting flies. So like horse flies. Hello, Mike. Bye. Have a good day. I use Off, and then I use Skin So Soft, and I just alternately, I'll spray that and then like an hour later spray the other one, because otherwise it literally doesn't work. They find, if there is one spot that you missed on your leg, they find it. It's the north winds. When the winds are blowing north, it brings the flies and the bugs, and there's also like a flying ant of some sort that will, literally their stings are like a bee sting. It is so bad. I've not tried the Off bracelets. They don't bite me in my arms though. Weird enough, they go for my feet and my legs. I don't like the smell of Off though. This is Navarre Beach, Florida. Dodging bathing suits, you guys. My first experience with biting flies was in May, I think. Or was it like the beginning of June? I can't remember, but I didn't have any bug spray. So I wrapped my legs in my little pull-on that I had for my bathing suit, and they were biting through that. Like, it didn't even help. There's the lifeguards. Good morning. Oh, there's the other one. He has all their boards. And then there should be 2 pickup trucks coming. Are the lifeguards hot? They're definitely fit. If I said that lifeguards were hot, they're probably 10 years younger than me. Maybe even 15 years younger than me. So that would make me feel weird. And then second, my husband would find me out on the beach. Oh, here's the pickup truck. Just like clockwork. And it's 8:30, almost 8:30, yep. But they are definitely in shape. I wonder why the scientists didn't move the sea turtle nest before birth. Yeah, My husband said the exact same thing. And I've heard multiple people say, well, it's because they won't know to come back to the beach. So, they have to keep them in the sand or whatever. And I call BS on that, because the turtle hospital out in Marathon in the Keys, they have little baby sea turtles. They call them educational sea turtles, and they keep them until they're a certain age, and then they let them go. And you know how they imprint from the beach? They literally put them on the beach and they imprint as they walk out into the water. So I could be ignorant to it, but I think you could take the eggs, you could hatch them out, and then you could put them on the beach and let them imprint and walk back into the water. And they're doing the exact same thing. They're imprinting. You got a pic of a lifeguard in 2008, looked like one of the guys on Baywatch. Yeah, and sometimes they do. I heard of people around here in the local area that they do take the nests and they move them. Here they said, no, we're not even going to mark off the old nest. So, I mean, I could be sitting on the eggs that I found 2 weeks ago. You guys just don't get along, huh? Yeah, I was kind of sad. I was like, wait a minute, what? You're not gonna at least like maybe dig just a little bit and see if the eggs are still there? Because some of the eggs can get through like being submerged with water. But I mean, they're not gonna have a chance now because people are gonna be walking all over them. I think there's a way. It takes effort, and I don't think that and I'm not trying to knock the people around here. I think that they don't want to put as much effort into saving the nest, but that's just my opinion. I'm trying to charge my phone, so I'm trying to get my hand comfortable. And of course, these flies have found me again. Well, it's just like 2 years ago, I believe it was, a year ago, one of the sea turtles got like wrapped up with fishing line, and it was obviously struggling. And people were like, hey, it can't swim, we need to help it. And the sea turtle conservation people were like, no, we can't touch it unless a fisherman accidentally hooks it, and then we can help it. And I'm like, I don't understand this. Like, what are you talking about? You can't go help it. And then they got laws against us people. We can't touch it because it's against the law. And I'm like, so I asked the one of the rescue people. I was like, hey, why is it in Marathon that the turtle hospital can go out and rescue the sea turtles when they're in distress? And like, I'm not even talking about people that work at the hospital. I'm talking about people, just regular people boating, can go rescue a turtle and bring it to the turtle hospital. And they're like, oh, well, we don't have enough equipment, we don't have enough vets and stuff. But then I found out that they have one in Fort Walton. That's where they take all the x-rays and stuff when the turtles here get hooked. And then they let them go. So what do you mean you don't have this stuff? So the turtle that was struggling passed away because it couldn't swim anymore. And so the following year, we had the exact same thing happen. Turtle got caught up with line, and somebody went out and rescued it on their jet ski. Yeah, I just got restricted because someone was wearing a bathing suit. Thank you, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok restricted me because of the bathing suit. Wonderful. Yeah, well, the person on the jet ski, we were like messaging people, is there anybody with a boat that can go out and get this fishing line off this turtle? Because we've already lost one turtle. And this guy volunteered. He's like, yeah, I got a jet ski, I'll go out. And he did. He went out and he saved the turtle. But I'm like, what good are you if you stand on the pier and you don't help? And the guy goes, well, you know, it would be really hard to catch the turtle and all these excuses. And I'm like, BS, man. If a guy on a jet ski, jet boat or whatever, jet ski can catch one and untangle it, you could do the same. So anyway, it is what it is. It says I'm restricted and that they're not going to show me on the For You page because of nudity. Because someone walked past in a bathing suit. So I'm probably going to end the live and then I'm going to try to get back on and see if it unrestricts me. That's why I think it was the lady that had the shorts. She had the shorts and like the bra top on. I accidentally showed her. And literally 10 minutes later I got the restriction, so that makes sense. So I'm going to be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. Look for me when I pop back up.